Hey everybody, quick video on motorbikes. How's that for 4x4 diesel? On batteries actually, to do with batteries. We've got a flat battery, tick, 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 tick. Okay, this is a 2018, 19, something there, I can't remember. So obviously the average life of a battery is 4 years. So it's about probably closer to 5 or 6 years old. It's still got some capacity there, but sometimes it doesn't get used for, at least a couple of weeks. And if it's left, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, it's flat. It never used to do that. You used to be able to leave it for a month and it still started well. So time to replace the battery. Now you've got some cheap options out there. This lasted really well. The Yuasa batteries are really awesome. Don't muck around, just go straight to every battery, get the Yuasa, and don't forget to ask for the Oz Proto Crew discount. So this is the replacement battery for this bike. First thing I do is get the multimeter out and check the voltage, and I can tell you it was low. It was about 12.2 or 3, and that's what you're going to get from when the batteries are built. They get a quick boof charge, and then it sits on the shelf for a couple of months and whatever, and that's what you end up with. Most battery shops should check and top that up. This one, I actually got it a couple of months ago. It's been sitting on the shelf, so I thought I'd check it. There is actually a label that says if it's under 12.4 and needs charging. Charged it last night. It's been off charge for hours and hours, and it's still on 13 volts. So I'd recommend a good, on a 1 amp, we put on the Century battery charger on the 1 amp setting for probably about 10 or 12 hours. It'll be beautiful. Like all batteries, always disconnect your negative first, then you can get to your positive without shorting anything out. Carefully unhook the strap, lift the battery out. There's some little nuts in there, try not to lose those, or look where they fall. Put your finger over the hole at the side. New battery comes with nuts anyway, but whatever the case may be. And of course, we're going to slip the new battery in. Holding our finger over there so the nuts stay in there is easier than trying to put it in there while it's in the bike. You can see the other one in there, and you're sure what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? See that thing in there? See that nut in the middle there? Right? It's just sitting there loose. Yeah, that's how it works. Pop it in, reconnect your positive, nice and hand tight with a decent Phillips head, and secure the strap, and the seat goes back on. Happy days. What's the difference? So this is a YTZ7S, and this is a YTZ7SF. What does the F mean? Does anyone know? Someone have a Google for me. And then you'll know more about batteries than me, okay? Just showing you some battery details. Same battery. Terminals are around the right way. A little bit of corrosion there. But yeah, you'll see it comes with the nuts, but you can just take these ones out and reuse and put them in the same configuration. Like I said, it comes with new nuts and bolts, so we'll just use the new ones on the new battery. Keep the old battery and the old ones as a spare, This battery's still useful for other things. It's not complete rubbish. I'm going to put on the charger, charge it up, and then we'll see what the static voltage is after a little while. And if it's still decent, then, like I said, it's just down on capacity. It's time for a fresh one. Batteries, you're better off replacing them before it's too late. And this is what I was saying, got a sticker on the top. If you stabilise, that means you didn't just switch off the charger, give it a break. Stabilise open circuit voltage below 12.4, it needs charging. So, you know what? There's no point looking at this one now because it's flat, it's about to go straight on the charger. I did just quickly chuck it on the multimeter. It was 12.21 volts, so not too bad at all actually, considering this one wasn't much different before I charged it. So good chance there's nothing wrong with the battery. It could be 70, 80%, and it just needed a good charge, but certainly being 5 or 6 years old, it's going to be down on its reserve capacity. All right, so here we go, charge is happening. Let's get this in the bike. Here's the new battery. I've just sat the nut pieces in there, hopefully they stay there, and I've just got to use 2 hands and I'll slip it back in. So there it is in position, and I haven't lost the nuts yet. What I like to do now is connect the battery to make sure I don't lose the nuts in case I've got to lift the battery out, whatever. So connect the battery first, and then put the strap over is the next step. It's just nice hand tight with the screwdriver. Decent Phillips head will get the job done. Get that insulation fitted over over it properly so there's no short circuits or anything like that. We certainly don't want that. It's one of the most important areas to insulate on the bike. And next we'll get this one on and get the support strap. All right, it's all connected up. Let's see what that sounds like. Well, that sounds better than it did before. Beautiful. So I'll put the strap on, I'll show you how to put the seat back on, and bada bing, bada boom, that's a video. So if you're new to our videos, you might see I like to be inclusive. Some people will be thinking, so why has this one got a cover and that one hasn't? Well, Well, it's because the whole bike is negative earth, like motor vehicles, whatever. So just think this negative, this black side of the battery, it's the whole bike. So if you were to touch a spanner from the positive to any of the metal parts, there's a good chance you're going to get a spark, and that's short-circuiting this battery. It could explode or damage the battery. So make sure the strap's on. I just sort of stretch it up here, hold the pressure on really hard like that, and then with the other hand pull it and hook it around. It's not too bad once you get a bit of a technique going on. Then the seat, to get when it goes back on, it just needs to hook under this hook here, and it goes down and the bolts go in. There's two bolts that hold it down. That's what secures it into the framework there. So the bolt goes straight through into the back of the seat. That's the part that hooks in at the front. These obviously also hook in, and that's where the bolts go. So just take your time to slip those 3 positions forward before you worry about getting your bolts in. Be very careful not to cross thread these, because you're going through the other components, and this, it can happen. I've noticed trying to get them started sometimes on bikes, they just want to try, and they're a coarse thread. They're sort of like they try and get cross-threaded, but obviously you can avoid that, so just be careful. Putting these back in, you just got to wiggle it. You must start them by hand. You just got to wiggle it around, or wiggle the seat up and down till you get it nice and straight. Same thing both sides. Nip them up at the end. Make sure the front's all hooked in. You can miss that. Pop this back in, and Bob's your uncle. Look at that. Those were the only tools needed. A 10mm on a quarter drive and a Phillips head did the job just beautifully. So that's a bada bing, bada boom. Another quick video, changing batteries, and don't forget your discount at every battery. If you're anywhere in Australia, just say Oz Prado Crew for the discount. It's in the system. Minimum 5%. I thought it was 10, but you know, if it's an expensive item, they can look after you a bit more. Just be nice, ask nicely, and they do price matching and that sort of thing wherever they possibly can. And sometimes they got specials, and check online as well, that sort of thing. So, bada bing. That's how to change a battery, a bit of information you need on the bike, and a bit of battery information, and a bit of a discount. So if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. We'll catch you on the next video. See ya.